All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this video finds you doing well. And I do this rarely, but I'm re-recording my intro to the game Nightdrive right now, which was a fantastic game. And maybe I'm just a little excited and I'm bragging a little bit, but wow, Hanging Brain made this game, and it's one of the most interesting, well-written games that I have played in a very long time. And it's a very short game with 4 endings. Basically, you are a gentleman who wakes up in a car with no memory and someone else driving your car. And, well, you have a limited amount of time to figure out something. Anything. You either download the game and play it yourself, or you watch me do it now. Either way, please, guys, whether you watch me play this game or you go play it for free on itch, the link is down below. Please go and give Hanging Brain a good review on this game, the review you feel he deserves at least, because I need Hanging Brain to make more games. This is Nightdrive. Oh, excellent artwork here, guys. Excellent artwork. I jolted awake to the sound of a car engine. The pounding pain in my head started to set in, along with the throbbing in my tied-up wrists and ankles. Groggily, I opened my eyes with a wince. What in the... I cursed under my breath, glancing up to the rearview mirror, my heart pounding in my chest as I locked eyes with the man. The cold stare made me shift my gaze uncomfortably. It was a face I could not recognize. A sudden wave of dread washed over me as I realized something horrifying. I couldn't remember a thing. Not my name, not where I was, no memories at all. Felt the warm fluid pricked across my scalp and down the back of my neck. I looked around frantically, searching for any visible clue to indicate my current location. But the headlights of the vehicle only revealed endless grass and weeds stretching into the night. No indication of where I was. With a frustrated groan, I tried to reach up to clutch my throbbing head, only to be stopped by the tight bond around my wrists. How did I end up here? Dazed and disoriented, I knew I needed to do something before it's too late. Kick the driver's seat. Oh wait, The deafening silence between us only heightened the sense of dread and helplessness. Okay, I need to use my mouse as well. I tried to make a sound, but nothing came out with a lump formed in my dry throat. I couldn't even think straight as the constant jolting of the vehicle sharpening the pain in my head. I pressed my back against the seat, cold sweat breaking out across my skin. No. This is bad. Shaking violently against the bonds, I choked out a desperate sob. His eyes started to me briefly as the miserable sound I made before looking back at the road with a cold puff. No, I cannot panic. The last thing I need right now. I would only make it this worse than it already is. I needed to keep it together, and I needed to approach him with a clear head. I had to. Slow breaths, just breathe. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, trying my best effort to calm the rising panic that was pounding inside me. Bit by bit, the gnawing in my chest began to subside, which only replaced by a wave of confusion. I needed some answers. What are you doing to me? The guy nearly glanced my way as I approached him with a question. The dead silence was telling me maybe I should be more careful with the way I speak to him. I can't remember a thing. My head hurts like hell. I managed to croak out. He narrowed his eyes at me through the rearview mirror and for a brief moment before turning his attention back to the road. Yeah, sure. I heard a scoff. Clearly he wasn't convinced. If this is how you're going to play, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to work. Who are you? Who are you? Do we know each other? Is this some kind of sick joke? The guy suddenly raised his voice. No, I hesitated. The disorienting pain in my head served as a constant reminder that I was not in control of the situation. Absently, I squirmed against the strain around my limbs. I mean, can you remember who I am? He hissed in a deep breath. It sounded like he's trying to get a hold of himself. I really should just finish the job back there so I didn't have to deal with this bullshit. Given his reaction, I must have known him before I lost my memory. The where is more important than the why. Shh. He clicked his tongue in irritation. A deep frown appeared on his face. I guess I can get more information out of him if I don't approach him with the right words. What did you do to me? Shut up! The furrow of his deep brow deepened as those two words came out of his mouth firmly. He shot a sharp glare at me through the mirror, as if I was an unruly child causing a racket on an airplane. The blunt hostility made me shift on the seat. I needed to make sure I chose the right question to ask next, or else he might shut me up completely. Why are you doing this? Like, why, man? Why am I doing this? What makes me think you have the right to ask me that question? He snapped. You don't get to play the victim here. Dropping his voice, his eyes started back to the road. Not until I make you one. A shiver ran down my spine as those words sank in. The sense of unease further settled in my gut. Why me? Of course, you forgot about that too. How convenient! I'll show you a quick reminder. He reached up and turned the rearview mirror towards me. I could feel the blood drain from my face as my eyes locked in the reflection. It's the same face I've been staring at the entire time. It was his face, but it was me. What the? I winced at the sight. The pounding pain in my head was telling me that this was not a dream like I'd hoped. Same eyes, same face. I even checked the fingerprints while you were out. Each one matched perfectly. He quickly turned the mirror back and squinted his eyes, looking me up and down. I shifted uncomfortably in the back seat. What are you? Can you just let me go? I should just... Truck passed by on the opposite side of the road. He suddenly cut himself short with his eyes darted to the side of the mirror. No, too messy. He trailed off with his brow furrowed in annoyance. Ugh. Just shut the fuck up! He warned me through gritted teeth. He's really on the edge now. I could tell that he didn't have much patience left in him. This might be my last chance. What are you gonna do to me? More of a plea than a question, sounding way more desperate than I had intended. It's not about what I'm going to do to you. It's about what you were going to do to me. I'm just trying to make everything right. He paused, staring off into the distance blankly. You've been stalking me for quite a while now. You think I didn't know that? Do I need to remind you that there's a dead body in the trunk right now? Didn't wait for me to reply. He went on. Lucky for me, the poor guy showed up at the wrong place at the wrong time. The gravity of his words settled to me, and I was paralyzed by the realization of what he was suggesting. My brain struggled to make sense of it all. No, that's not... Your dirty fingerprints are all over the place. They'll think I killed that guy. He cut me off abruptly and continued. You can't escape this. No, but I can. Because you are going to help me get out of this fucking mess. His words only added more questions to my already dazed mind. What exactly did he need me for? It didn't take long for me to understand what he meant. After putting the car to full stop, he came to the back and hauled me out of the car. I fought against the bonds desperately as he dragged me across the rough ground, then to a cliff by the sea. With one rough shove, I gasped and kneeled on the edge. Night air biting into my skin. I shuddered as the cold, hard rocks against my knees. He stood behind me, his hand firmly gripping my hair, sharpening the pain in my head. I hissed, wincing from the increasing pressure. Any more of those questions? Please don't do this. My voice cracking with tears streaming down my chin. The fact that I couldn't see his face only heightened the panic I was already coursing through my veins. That's not a question. You know I can't let you go. I have no choice. He felt the silence. I could hear the slight trembling exhale from behind me. I don't know how you came to be. Maybe I never will. But no matter what you are, I'm the original. You are nothing more than a mistake that needs to be corrected. Tethering over the precipice, I shut my eyes in despair. It's time for you to go, Noah. Are we going? I'm going to click the button now. Noah? I repeated the syllable, feeling a sense of familiarity on my tongue before he gave me the final push. I guess that was my name. Ending 3. Noah. Wow! Okay. That was incredibly well written. That was very good dialogue, my friend. And the graphics, the way everything was animated, that was gorgeous. You made a really cool story here. I'm sort of debating myself. Should I do one more ending for you? Should I not? You know what? I have to do one more. One more. I'm not sure how to change this, but we're gonna try. Okay. I jolted awake from the sound of a car engine. My eyes fluttered open as I felt a sharp pain in my neck. Whoa! Okay. The story just continues? What in the... I guess it just pulled over and dozed off somehow. And now, my neck was sore from the awkward position I had slept in. I clutched my neck slowly and rotated it before turning off the engine. Something in the back of my mind made me turn my head around and to check the back seat. The back seat of the car was completely spotless. No stain, no dirt, nor anything else. Just absolutely spotless. This doesn't look spotless to me, my guy. Just putting that out there. Nothing out of the ordinary. Everything is normal. Sounds like a gentleman trying to convince himself, huh? Everything is fine. Letting out a breath I was holding for way too long, I started the car and drove into the night. Ending 4. Nightdrive. I jolted awake from the sound of a car engine. The pounding in my head had started to set in, along with the throbbing in my tied-up wrists and ankles. Groggily, I opened my eyes with wince. Okay, we're back here again. What in the... I cursed under my breath, glancing up to the rearview mirror. My heart pounding in my chest as I locked eyes with the man. The cold stare made me shift my gaze uncomfortably. It was a face I could not recognize. A sudden wave of dread washed over me as I realized something horrifying. I couldn't remember a thing. Not my name, not where I was, no memories at all. I felt the warm fluid trickle across my scalp and down the back of my neck. I looked around frantically, searching for any visible clue to indicate my current location. But the headlights of the vehicle only revealed the endless grass and weeds stretching into the night. No indication of where I was. With a frustrated groan, I tried to reach around to clutch my throbbing head, only to be stopped by the tight bond around my wrists. How did I end up here? Dazed and disoriented, I knew I had to do something before it's too late. Kick the driver's seat. The amount of blood all over the place already told me everything I needed to know. Things are looking bad for me. Really bad. But I'm not going down without a fight. Stop the car! I lashed out, thrusting my bound legs forward, kicking the driver's seat with every ounce of strength I could muster. What the fuck are you doing? I said stop the fucking car! The car swirled violently at my attempt, careening far off to the side of the road as a glare of approaching headlights pierced through the darkness. I felt a strange sensation of satisfaction seeing the guy white-knuckle the steering wheel, trying to regain control. Before the realization sunk in, I was thrown violently off the seat by the force. Everything went black. Last night, a tragic incident occurred on the remote stretch of the Cove Street where two individuals in the vehicle tragically lost their lives in a horrific head-on collision with a truck. Emergency responders arrived at the scene and discovered two bodies in the car, while a third was found in the trunk. The identities of the victims are still being confirmed. The cause of the accident is under investigation. Ending 1. Accident. And my question is, will this give me a new start, though, or not? I jolted awake from the sound of the car engine. The pounding pain in my head started to set in, along with the throbbing in my tied-up wrists and ankles. Groggily, I opened my eyes with a wince. Dazed and disoriented, I knew I had to do something before it's too late. Take a deep breath. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, trying my best effort to calm the rising panic that was building up inside me. Bit by bit, the gnawing dread in my chest began to subside, which was only replaced by a wave of confusion. I needed some answers. Why are you doing this? The guy didn't even glance my way as I approached him with a question. The dead silence was telling me maybe I should be more careful with the way I speak to him. Why are you doing this? Shh. He clicked his tongue in irritation. A deep frown appeared on his face. Guess I couldn't get much information from him if I don't approach him with the right words. Can't remember anything. My head hurts like hell. I managed to croak out. He narrowed his eyes through the rearview mirror for a brief moment before turning his attention back to the road. Yeah, sure. I heard a scoff. Clearly, he wasn't convinced. If this is how you're gonna play, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to work. Who are you? Do we know each other? Is this a kind of sick joke? The guy suddenly raised his voice. No, I hesitated. The disorienting pain in my head served as a constant reminder that I was not in control of the situation. Absently, I squirmed against the strain around my limbs. I mean, I can't even remember who I am. He hissed in a deep breath. Sounded like he was trying to get a hold of himself. I really should have just finished the job back there, so I wouldn't have to deal with this bullshit. Given his reaction, I must have known him before I lost my memory. Okay, an attempt to get a new ending. What did you do to me? Shut up! The furrow his brow deepened as those two words came out of his mouth firmly. He shot a sharp glare at me through the mirror, as if I was an unruly child causing a racket on an airplane. The blunt hostility made me shift on the seat. need to make sure I chose the right question to ask next, or else he might shut me out completely. I don't remember what I did last time. Where are you taking me? I should just... A truck passed by on the opposite side of the road. He suddenly cut himself short with his eyes darted to the side of the rearview mirror. No, too messy. Trailed off with his brow furrowed in annoyance. Ugh. Just shut the fuck up, he warned me through gritted teeth. He's really on edge now. I can tell he didn't have much patience left in him. This might be my last chance. What are you going to do to me? I've had enough of this. He suddenly slammed on the brake pedal, bringing the car to a screeching halt in the middle of the road. My body lurched forward at the sudden stop with the ropes dug deeper into my skin. I should be the one who's asking questions, not you! He turned around and I froze. The metallic click echoed in my ears. A cold sweat trickling down my face as I stared into the gleaming barrel, paralyzed. You don't deserve any answer from me. Ooh. No more answer. That was all the endings, guys. Wow! Thank you so much for watching, guys. I thought that was amazing. What do you guys think? That was very well written. I love the animations. I love the art. That's just a really good little visual novella, which I love. Hanging Brain, you're great. Please keep making games. Please do it. And wow, I'm gonna leave a link to your page in down below. Please, guys, if you saw this, leave a good review for Hanging Brain here. I hope you make some more games, man. Until next time, keep gaming, guys. And as always, keep dreaming. And I will see you around real soon.